Okay, so basically with the Ultimate Referral Machine, the way that this works, and I know you've already seen it, but it's basically going to be knocking out your competition. And the way that this works is the Ultimate Referral Machine. It's getting referrals. So you can do this on social media, but you really need to do it in some way to where you're going to do it with your current list or even people that you know. So right now, let's say you have one customer. Well, how are you going to triple your business in the next few months or in the next few years, contingent on how big your business is? Well, it's going to be a struggle. And I can tell you this much, the struggle is real. It's not something that can easily be done now. About 10 years ago, people would have these web forms and they'd put up a web form which is going to capture your name and email kind of for your lead magnet and say like one of the pro tips we say is if you're going to put an image of someone you're going to want them to look at the web form. Now this is back before the days of Canva. There's this software called Flip a Picture, and it was really you just take a picture off the internet or where or some a picture you take, you upload it, it's free, and it will immediately flip your picture to where now they're looking at the web form. Okay, so what you want to do is capture leads, which you've been doing, and then you just want to thank them and do the fulfillment, have them go through your sales funnel, whatever that might be. It could be just having them buy something and then fulfilling it. So we're doing events right now. So my events is the Automated Marketing Summit and talking about SaaS like Keep, Go High Level, other types of softwares, Memberium, like the shirt I'm wearing and everything. All right, but there's also these page funnels. Now, this was actually something from one of my coaches, which the thing is, page one is where you capture the email. Page two is a video of you discussing what's on page three. It's called a buffer. So that way you're not just hitting them with, hey, buy this right now. You're not going, hey, opt in now, buy. You're going opt in and you're going, hi, a little bit about me and what I'm going to provide. And if you're interested, click on learn more. You don't always have to do this. This is just something I was teaching back then.
Hmm.
And then you have your testimonials, all right? So these are tools that you already have. And one of the things I say with your testimonials is you're going to want to put an override, an objection, and an objection override in your testimonials. So a lot of times when people will give me a testimonial, first of all, it's hard to get testimonials. Like a lot of people get a lot of testimonials, but when you're just starting out, I you can ask someone, "Will you give me a testimonial?" And what they're going to do is they're going to say, um, "Well shown, um, sure, I'd love to give you a testimonial," and they'll even reply to an email. Yeah, I'll give you a testimonial sometime. Well, sometime never comes. So what I do is I write a testimonial for them, and I said, "Hey, I'd like a testimonial from you. I think this is what you would say about me. Does this work? Could I use this?" And I just kind of assume I could. And they usually reply, "No, don't say that." And they change the words into their voice and they hit send. But what I do is I put in an objection. I was a little reluctant to hire Sean. That's an objection. I don't want to hire this guy because he does the same thing everybody else does. And then the override is Sean's automated follow-up system, our business became laser-like. So so the objection is, well, you're going to be laser-like in your business when you hire me, and that's why you want to hire me. So something to that effect, right?
Hmm.
And the main two objections are there's only two. It's time and
Excuse me.
money. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. Let me talk to my spouse, right?
Right.
Let me talk to my honey about money, right?
Yep.
So it's always and people always say their time is more important than their money. So and a lot of things are like, well, if you don't take the time to do this, then you're going to waste time later. And if you don't invest the money, then you're just going to be throwing money away. In my industry, that's how it is, right?
Yep.
So the biggest objection again is going to be the time, setting the appointment. So this is where you get your prospect to set an appointment with you, all right? And then um once someone sets an appointment with you, then you get them to come on. And so let me go back over this. So you're going to have you're going to drive traffic. They're going to go through your pipeline. They're going to set an appointment with you. And then you're going to send them reminders, right? Your meeting is starting in approximately an hour. Now, I wrote some of the things I talk about, I wrote before Calendly existed. I actually had to update this to where I could put it in there, right?
Hmm.
But you're just going to follow up, you know, if they don't show up to the appointment, we tried to reach out to you. I have someone right now, they should be on this call. They're paying and they're not showing up, right? A few
Right.
people. There's multiple people that should be on this call, but
Right.
but then again, it's the day before Thanksgiving. So this is we tried to reach you, but I don't want to talk about any of those people. I want to talk about the people that you close on a deal and they say yes. Okay. Not the no's, not the maybes, not that I need to think about it. I need to talk with my spouse. You actually win the deal and they become a customer. All right. So talking with those people, hold on a sec. Okay, talking with those people is going to be where you actually get them on board. So they become a new client, right? So once they become a new client, you're going to welcome them on board. So when someone becomes a new client of mine, I run a campaign. Usually they show up to the Zooms. It's like, here's the
Hmm.
link, show up. But if they don't show up, I don't know what to do with them, right? Know your why. And again, we went over that, but this is week two. I tell people, know your why. Why are you on board with me? What do you expect? And I got to know their why they're on here. They got to be, and our thing is become a bigger fish in a bigger pond. And you got to be in the right pond, right?
Right.
That's the challenge, is finding the right pond. And then the third thing is just drink lots of water. I'm in Arizona, you got to do that. And then just show up for the coaching. If you don't show up for the coaching, you're not going to get the value of it, and I actually paid a lot of money to our coach that you and I both have.
Hmm.
And I just don't go to her coaching because I went to it for a while and I was just like, okay, whatever. So, but back to this. So we're going to go over the net promoter score. So you can Google net promoter score, NPS, and it will tell you a little bit about what it is. But you see this all the time when people say, hey, would you rate us 5 stars? And you click on a five or you click on the one. Every
Right.
time you go to the grocery store and you go through the self checkout, then mine gives me a little 5 star at the end every single time I go shopping. And I always hit the five. I don't care. But we're gonna go through that because this is what I wrote. So you know, I put that in for the room. So the detractors, so on a scale of 1 to 10, you could say from 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 4 being a passive, and then 1, 2, 3 being the detractors. We're doing 1 to 10 in ours, okay?
Hmm.
So the detractors are 1 to 6, even though it says 0 to 6 here, that's 11. Someone doesn't know how to count. But anyhow, zero is a number, right?
It
Um,
is.
so here with the detractors, um, we really, these are the people that are going to go out on the internet and they're going to complain about you. I'll give you an example. I have a client right now. I don't even think she knows she hired me. She probably totally forgot. She gave me her credit card number. She's giving me a few $100s a month, like almost $500 a month. And it's been a couple months and I reach out to her. I call her. She won't answer, right? So she could turn into this person and go, well, why the hell were you taking the money? I'm like, you hired me. I've been trying to reach you. You don't reply. And when you do reply, you kind of ignore me. When I said you've hired,
Right.
right? So she can go, she's not going to go on Yelp, but she can go on the internet and go, hey, this guy and that. And so I actually called my coach and I asked her, what should I do? Should I stop payment? And she goes, well, no, that's not the contract you agreed on, right? The contract we agreed on was she's going to pay me, I'm going to coach her just because
Right.
she's not showing up. So it goes back to the initial thing that I said in the first 4 weeks of coaching is just show up for coaching. If you pay for it, show up. Even if it's inexpensive and you think you're not going to get value out of it, at least have contempt after you investigate it, right?
Right.
So what happens is if you get a 6 or below, our software Keep actually gives you a notification. It says, "Hey, someone complained or they weren't happy. You should call them, give them a call, see what's up." And then you want to override that complaint before it becomes a complaint. All right.
Hmm.
I don't want to talk about those people, and I don't want to really talk about the people that give you a 7 or an 8. The 7 or 8, they're happy, but they're not like ecstatic about.
Ecstatic.
They're just
Yeah.
kind of like a little passive about it, right? They're
Right.
happy, but we want to get those people to a 9 or a 10. So we'll know who gave us a 7 or an 8, and we just need to speak differently to them. What do we need to do to bring you a better experience and get the white glove experience that you deserve? I want to talk about the promoters, the people that are the 9s or the 10s. They're the ones that are going to give you a referral. So, a referral is an act of referring someone or something for consultation, review, or further action. So, it's really going to be someone that is happy with your work that's going to refer others to you. And I have a lot of people that are happy with my work and they're like, "Well, we're referring you, Sean." But I really think they're not referring me because they don't want to lose me, right? To a bigger, if they refer me to a bigger whale and I get busy and I might have to go, "Okay, now I'm too busy for you." So then now you're gonna either have to pay me more money or I'm gonna get let go of you. But that's not the case. But I think some people think that. So
Hmm.
you got to just make sure that it's reciprocal, right? So if they refer someone, I'll tell them, "Look, if you refer someone to me, I'll give you $1,000 or I'll give you $500 or a couple $100, contingent on what the referral is, right? So it's got to be
Right.
reciprocal, which is the practice is exchanging things with others for mutual benefit. If you refer someone to me, and if they hire me, I'm going to give you some cash." So this is back when I was working with gyms. So like say like a gym would give 2 free personal sessions. So what a gym does is they say personal trainers, they go come to my house or come to my gym and I'm going to give you a personal session, right? For free.
Right.
They want to get you in there. They got to close you on the first one. Because if you don't close on the first one, they'll go, "Okay, let's set you up for another one." And then
R-
I'll go, "Okay," and then I just won't show up.
right.
But so your client, their friend, right? And I always tell gyms, rather say like a gym is charging, let's say $50 a month. Well, rather than saying we're gonna give you a month for free if you refer someone, well, that's a administrative nightmare. Just go look. We'll give you if your friend signs up at $50 a month on their second month there, we will pay you $50 cash. That way, you're just outflowing $50 and your bookkeeper is going to go, "Okay, $50 went this way." It's not going to go into like, "Oh, well, this person, referred this person. Now they referred 10 other people and now they get like almost a whole year for free." And you just 50
It gets
bucks.
very complicated.
Right. So you don't want to go down that. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is back when Infusionsoft was Infusionsoft and not Keep. But when you refer a friend, you're going to ask them for their friend's name and their friend's email address. This is the campaign that I was showing you earlier. And then you're going to put in your name. So I would put in Dan Adkins, and then I'd put in Dan at adkins.com, whatever your email address is. And
Hmm.
then I'd put in my name. And what's going to happen is Dan Adkins would go into the CRM, Go High Level or Keep or Active Campaign, whatever they're using, Constant
Right.
Contact, and then it's going to send an email saying, "I'm the owner of this place." And the other day I asked if your friend knew anybody that might be interested, and they thought of you. So we're going to send an email
Uh-oh.
to your friend once you put their email in. Now, this is a kind of a complicated looking email, but literally what it's just going to say this. The subject line is going to say, "Hi, Dan, your friend Sean referred us to you." So when you see that in the subject line, you're going to go, "Well, I know Sean and I trust Sean. So I'm going to click and open this email." And in that email is going to say, "Sean thought it would be a good idea if you join us over here because he's over here and he's having a good time. And so he thought of you and we're contacting you to offer you a free session. So this, again, I wrote this before there was Calendly. So what you would do is reply to emails, but now you don't reply to emails. Now I don't know what happened.
I don't either, but suddenly it just went away,
Okay.
and then it came back up.
So you reply. So basically, before Calendly, it was you would have to reply to an email and then set an appointment going back and forth through emails. But here is where they would set up the date and time. They'd put in their name and everything, their address, and then they'd get one free week, and then you'd have to actually reach out to them, right? This would be the thank you page.
Right.
And again, it would tell them Fuel Your Fitness Center. That's one of my websites. Okay. So this is actually, you're going to only deal with the people that are going to give you an excellent review. Okay, cool. And then this is when the machine really starts. So the mean is going to be the referral thing. So you're always going to be closing. And the way that works is that every single person that you get on the phone, you're going to close them. Once you close them and they become a client, you're going to welcome them on board, right? You're going to say, welcome to the thing, drink lots of water, show up for coaching. And then you're going to say, on a scale of 10, 1 to 10, what did you think about us? And then they're going to rate you, let's say a 9 or a 10. And they're going to go, okay. So then Dan invites, let's say, Michelle. So he puts Michelle's name in there and he puts his name in there. So I know that Dan referred Michelle. And then Michelle's going to come on board. She's going to set an appointment. We're going to welcome her on board. And then she's going to go through the fulfillment. We're going to say, welcome aboard, drink lots of water, show up for coaching. And then on week 4, we're going to ask her to rate us. She rates us a 9 or a 10. So Michelle invites Melanie. Now Melanie's on. She's going to get welcomed on board. She's going to rate us a 9 or a 10, so on and so forth. And that's the machine. It's plain and simple. It's easy is as easy does. That's Forrest Gump. He didn't say that. I said that, but it sounds like him. But that's basically what we do here in this, it's just really as easy as cut and paste, right?
Hmm.
Now, I do have a bonus in this, and I don't know what that is, but I think this is where I sell stuff. So you don't really want to buy anything that I have to sell because that's not what this is about. But just a little bit about me, I'm a partner with digital marketer Ryan Dice, Roland Frazier, Keep, which was Infusionsoft. I was the face of GKIC Digital Solutions, which now Russell Brunson owns, and I do a lot of affiliate marketing for ClickFunnels, Russell Brunson, and Lead Pages. So this was actually made way before Russell Brunson acquired the Dan Kennedy stuff, right? And Active Campaign, all that stuff. So that's a little bit about the um, the Net Promoter Score and how it works.